February 12th, 2010. Hunga Ave, just north of Strathern. In this direction, when it rains, this is a flood channel, and the water shows up around the corner from a culvert underneath the 5 freeway. That starts from the Roscoe San Fernando Boulevard intersection. To the north of Hunga is an old gravel pit, now turned into a sanitary landfill, closed sanitary landfill. On the east side here is a concrete plant, and back there is metals recycling. Further down towards Strathern, downstream, on the left side, is the Strathern Pit, old sand and gravel pit that became a inert material landfill and is now preparing to become a park and flood control basin, flood capture basin, and it's being removed from the 100-year flood map, even though it's still below grade and floodable, not defended by a approved flood control device. So at the end of the metal fence and the beginning of the green taller fence, that green taller fence is a section where the sinkhole was a few years back. So that road where the car is has been rebuilt, and that wall put up to retain the road from the sinkhole, from the pit. So the pit is right behind that wall. There is a driveway before that. The property on that driveway has a similar wall, starting at the same height as that concrete wall and going upslope from there. So it has the same protection behind the fence as before. The flood zone that they are describing seems to be at least a minimum of 2 feet. This is close to the limit of that wall right there. If there's any obstruction in the road, a parked truck, a stuck truck, or a couple cars, that will cause a local high spot in the water flows, which will spill over the concrete. Once water spills over the concrete, it can undercut and cause another sinkhole. And they have done some reinforcing underneath that, but the far side of it has not been reinforced, and there is already a slide area approaching very close, within a couple of feet of that retaining wall. At the end of the new section, the higher concrete, there's a drop-off. There's drop-off from curb, drop-off from the sidewalk, and drop-off on the level of that retaining wall. The retaining wall, I doubt, was designed for a 100-year flood. The design standards would stay if it was designed for any flood at all, and what level of flood. But that spot where the concrete drops off, that would be an easy spot for the water to overflow that concrete wall. And if it overflows that concrete wall, it will run to a low spot easily, and then undercut again, resulting in a new sinkhole here. Short way down this lower wall section is a spot where the other side has no berm whatsoever. There is a berm on the other side of that wall. To the left, toward the old sinkhole, there is no berm, so water will flow that way and undercut any loose dirt in the way. Over in this area, there's also a spot with no berm and a drop of some sort. So once water breaches this wall, it will undercut. And this spot right here has no berm. So once water goes over this concrete section, it will fill this pit. Nice sizable pit. Apparently it is capable of holding a 50-year flood, which is what they're planning on designing for as a water capture basin. So it can hold at least a 50-year flood, which will capture a significant volume of a 100-year flood. So when this breaches, this will significantly reduce the downstream flooding in this neighborhood and the downstream neighborhoods. This wall is not likely to have been built for a 100-year flood. We can check design standards and flow elevations, speeds, volumes for a 100-year flood on this street. And any little obstacle on this street will probably create a high spot, a wave that will breach this wall anyway.